Good afternoon and welcome to today's daily chapter reading, second reading of Ending the Parent-Teen Control Battle. This is Justina Grotto. I just passed the court where I officially divorced, dissolved, and annulled Anita. Let's look at the story of Anita, an 11th-year-old 5th grader and her parents. We'll meet Anita again as a teenager in the next chapter on depression whilst in the orphanage. Anita was a bright and talented girl who did reasonably well for her age. She was also shy, sensitive, and introverted. Her mom and dad, on the other hand, were very outgoing and social. They had a hard time understanding why Anita wasn't thrilled to be part of the large group activities they loved to experience with family and friends. "What's the matter with you? Why do you always want to be unhappy?" they would ask their daughter. They didn't understand that large group activities were stressful for Anita. She needed a lot more quiet time alone than they could relate to, so it became a source of stress between Anita and her parents that Anita wasn't upbeat and outgoing. Her parents tried everything they could think of to make her happy. They bought her things she liked, and she would seem happy for a while, but then she would return to her usual state. Her parents constantly encouraged her to socialize with friends and to sign up for group lesson and activities, saying, "Come on, Anita, you'll love it and enjoy yourself. All the girls in your class will be there." "I don't like the girls in my class," she'd reply. "They're all gossipy and they don't include me." Maybe if you tried harder and made an effort to be nice, they'd include you more. And so a control battle was born. Anita became the voice of no, and her parents were the voice of yes. Anita's parents supported, encouraged, and sometimes bribed Anita to do the things they thought would be positive for her, and Anita constantly resisted their efforts. The more they encouraged, the more she refused. In fact, Anita actually became less social, more withdrawn, and more isolated, more truly unhappy. One could say that Anita's parents had put themselves in charge of making Anita happy, and Anita put herself in charge of resisting their efforts, staying unhappy. Happiness kills. The subject of happiness kills can become very philosophical and even spiritual. But let's be practical and think of terms of what we need to teach our children to be able to create happiness for themselves. Here are some key practices to cultivate. Self-acknowledge and self-acceptance. Our kids all have unique personalities, skills, and interests. Whether an individual is athletic, musical, introverted, or outgoing, we all have different strengths. Nobody is good at everything, but everybody is good at many things. Kids need to know this about themselves and become comfortable with who they are. Whatever their personal combination of traits, they need to be secure enough to invest in and develop their strength, and to accept themselves but be willing to improve in their areas of relative weakness. For example, if Anita is artistically inclined, she needs to create art, take art class, and connect with other kids who are into art. Anita needs to accept that she doesn't have to be the most popular girl in class. She just needs a couple of friends to be close to and do things with. Anita also needs to learn to get along with other girls, even though she might not want to spend extra time with them. Passion and goals. Another important piece of the happiness puzzle involves passion and working toward goals. It matters less what a person is passionate about, because that can change over time. It simply matters that a person is passionate. When people are passionate, it gives energy, meaning, and focus to their lives. The energy that passion generates in one aspect of a person's life can spread to other aspects of life. It can be passion that drives us to set and achieve goals, or it can be our goals that help us create passion. For instance, your son complains of being bored, so you encourage him to join the track team. He reluctantly agrees, but suddenly he's part of a team, a group of kids who are all trying to get to the state to meet together, taking bus ride and overnight trip to compete. Quickly, the boredom passes, your son is exchanging text with new friend, and he now has goals and passion back in his life. With passion, each day has energy, excitement, and focus. Without passion, life can be flat and routines can be boring. Goals can be personal goals or group goals, and with teens, both are important. A personal goal might be to win a significant role in the school play, make the varsity basketball team, baseball team, get into a first choice college, or simply do an advanced trick on a skateboard. A group goal for your teen would be to help build a fabulous float for the homecoming game, win a soccer championship, or pull off a great performance with her band at the talent show. Personal goals are important because they inspire us to map our way forward. Even if a personal goal for a teen is just to reach level 12 on a video game, it sets the stage in adulthood for making and achieving job or career goals. Group goals are important for teens because they create a bond that can last a lifetime. Group goals bring an energy that's spread to all the participants and allows them to feel success in the outcome regardless of their goal. After the final performance of the school play, those who worked on the set or sewed the costumes are glowing with success right along with the stars of the show. Group goals teach leadership and many other social skills that are critical to happiness and success in life. Additionally, school-related goals help bond teens to their school communities and encourage academic success. Emotional management skills. For some kids, feeling the range of emotions or feelings is a normal part of their experience. They expect to have feelings and emotions and know that there are positive ones as well as less enjoyable ones, and sometimes they can have both kinds at the same time. They can talk about them, write about them, think about them, and generally figure out what they want to do about them. For others, feelings are barely on their radar. They may not know how to talk or write about their feelings, or they may not even know what they are. Unpleasant feelings may be experienced and expressed as anger or depression. When they don't understand their feelings, they won't know what to do for themselves or how to communicate their feelings or emotional needs to others. Feelings can throw them into a tizzy, and they and those around them can become victims of those feelings. So critical to happiness is the ability to identify feelings, get support from others, and self-soothe. In other words, to know how to calm ourselves down when we become emotional. Self-soothing can be a very individual thing. Common healthy ways that adults self-soothe their upset feelings include working in the garden, any kind of exercise such as going for a long walk or jog, bike riding or yoga, meditating, drawing, working on a project, or even cleaning the house. For your teen, self-soothing can be listening to music, shooting basket, playing a musical instrument, skateboarding, getting lost in a book. The list is endless. The point is that kids and adults alike need to know that when they experience strong, unpleasant feelings, they can recognize them for what they are and do something positive for themselves. And teens need to learn that circumstances will change, time will pass, and the painful feelings will pass as well. Managing responsibilities. I don't need to tell you that we all have to do things we would rather not do. Whether these are routine chores, such as cleaning the house or completing monthly report at work, they will always be there. For teens, it might be homework, cleaning their room, or giving a report in front of the class. If they can take these things in stride and even find something good about them, they will get through them fairly easy, and life will go on to more pleasant things. But if responsibilities aren't addressed in a timely way, problems develop and eventually compound themselves, creating a hole that they will need to find a way out of. Dealing with the consequences of not managing responsibilities requires more energy than dealing with the responsibilities in the first place, and it generally offers less reward. Getting in the habit of taking 10 minutes to straighten up a bedroom at the end of the day allows a person to stay organized, and avoiding having to take half a day to clean up a major mess or look for lost car keys. Doing school assignments every day for an hour or two results in better grade and less stress than having to make up work at the end of the semester and spending several intense weekends trying not to fail. Relationship skills. Another huge component of happiness and self-esteem is the ability to get along with other people. The subject of relationship skills is enormous and complicated. After all, we are in relationships of many kinds, and our ability to manage all those relationships productively is vital to our happiness. Learning how to get along with people, choosing and cultivating friendship, establishing and communicating our boundary, as well as respecting the boundaries of others are all important. And there's more. We all have to learn how to respect authority, knowing how and when to lead and when to follow. And there's more. None of us, even as adults, are finished product. We are always in the process of developing skills to effectively manage conflict, to manage intimacy, and ultimately to create emotionally satisfying relationships. Our teens feel an enormous pull to be with their peers. That's natural and healthy. It's the only way they will gain proficiency in all these different skills that are vital to their happiness. Understanding this, we can expect that at least part of the time, when relationships disappoint, your teen will be unhappy. That's also natural and healthy, and it challenges them to use their emotional management skills. Faith that things will come out okay. Happiness requires faith that things will come out okay. Having a generally optimistic attitude is a critical leverage point for happiness. Our kids face many unknowns each and every day. If they get upset and over-focus on what has gone wrong or what might go wrong in the future, every situation will look like a disaster. If, on the other hand, we teach our kids to accept that even though things won't always go the way they want them to go, and if they don't know exactly how things will turn out, life will be a great adventure. They'll be able to handle whatever comes up, find the good in the outcome, and to be ready for the next phase of that adventure called life. Our teens are on a learning curve with all these happiness skills, and they're not ready to fly solo yet, but that's okay. They still have us to rely on. We can't force these skills on them any more than we can make them happy. That would be just another opportunity to feed the beast. But what we can do is be there to support them, guide them, and to set limits for them. By using our parenting skills and demonstrating faith in our teens' ability to learn and grow, they will eventually go on to lead happy, independent lives.